Oh, I had a disaster on the track. Oh, I sheared a lower trailing arms bolt, and buddy, it tore my car all to pieces. It hurt this old girl when that happened. Oh, so the left rear lower trailing arm. That's the one. We gotta get these out. Grab this transmission. That one. Okay. You coming out of there now. Get my head out from under. I got them all. Have I got them all? I got them all. Yeah, I got them all. There it goes. There it is. Man, this is a mess. Gear shifter is all tore up. I got a disaster. I don't know if I lost this transmission or not. I don't think I did. I got a little bit on the back. Maybe damage. Oh, it's bad. Yeah. Lines are good. Sit there. Okay. Let's get this on the table and I'll show y'all how bad it is, because it's bad. It's bad. Nope. Get y'all elevated up here. Shop's a disaster. Sorry about that, y'all. It's been a terrible year. I'm working all the time and trying to get in some racing when I can. Okay. Falcon transmission here has been a good one. I think this is like the 4th season on this transmission. We rebuilt it last year. Anyway, wasn't nothing wrong with it when we rebuilt it, but anyway. Sheared off a lower trailing arm. The bolt on the left rear lower trailing arm, we sheared it off. I went into the corner, I lifted, rear end jerked back, felt weird, had to set the car or I was going to hit the wall. So I stepped down on the gas to set the car, and get it to turn. It won't turn with I'm on the gas. And I sat down on that gas, and that rear end come all the way up. I felt it hit me in the back of the driver's firewall where the left rear tire hit me. And of course it shoved the drive shaft up into the transmission. And then I lifted, and then the rear end pulled out, broke both shocks off. Then the drive shaft pulled out of the transmission. Then the drive shaft, it didn't come through the firewall, and the hoop held. But what I didn't think about, that 8-inch yoke turning 7,000 RPMs, yeah, that was beating the firewall, and so that caught me in the side of the leg, that bruised my leg there pretty good. So anyways, my firewall held like it was supposed to, but yeah, that yoke, because you don't think about it, I had a hoop, and the hoop around the front of the drive shaft, here, let me show you. Yeah. So of course the drive shaft, look, oh, it got that joker. Anyway, but right here, the safety hoop, see, was 6 inches back. Well, it held it, but that was rotating. Of course, I come into the corner, I'm turning 7, you know, and that come over and beat against the side of the firewall there, and did a lot of damage in there, carnage, and it just bent that all. It even ripped the yoke itself. I looked at this yoke and I was like, well, this is still good. You know, I didn't have any marks on it or anything. I thought, man, I didn't lose this hardened, because on the Falcons they have a roller bearing on the back of the transmission, and so like on these transmissions you can't use a GM yoke on them because it's soft, and then that bearing will eat it up and it'll ruin it. And so these things are like $130, $140. And I'm like, oh, I'm good. It didn't tear it up. And then I got to looking, and where it was turning so hard and beating back and forth, it bent all my caps out. It ruined it. Yeah, so you don't even try. You see these ends of these caps bent up and stuff. I ain't playing with that. That's got to go. So yeah, so it ruined the yoke. But that joker, it did what it was supposed to do, but yeah, it tore it all up. So then now I'm like, okay. And then I was looking, and my son, he was up underneath the car, and he was looking. Of course, you see the drive shaft, this up. Then when the drive shaft tore loose, of course, my gear shifters were right here past it, right? Yeah, it just wiped them out. They picked my gear. Of course, it ripped the gear shifter. It ripped the gear shifter out of the floor pan of the car. I picked that up off the track and said, hey, you want this? I'm like, yeah, I guess. So anyway, so they grabbed the gear shifter and handed it to me. Here's the other end of it, still attached here. I'm glad these are aluminum, because that probably saved me tearing up my linkages here, you know, by just ripping these apart, you know, that thin wall aluminum there. And anyway, yeah, it's fine. That's reverse. That's high and low there. But yeah, I worked them underneath here the other day, which the detents on them are pretty tight, so they're hard to work by hand. But what I was worried, of course the inner seal is shoved down, and I've never replaced the inner seal on this transmission. It's been fine, and I just saw where that was shoved in the other day, so I just went ahead and preemptively ordered. I got a pinion kit for the 9-inch rear end. It's a 633 in there, and I've been turning 71, 7200 on track. That's probably about right. And so I really want to use that gear. It's the same gear I want to go to Street Stock Nationals with. So I see some oil, and I don't know if it just shook it so hard or vibrated. I don't know if I broke a seal loose on my pinion or what, but I'm going to pull the pinion out of that gear. So I went ahead and got me a new pinion seal for that, where I can inspect it, check for damage. I got a 620. I can run that 620, but I won't hardly turn the RPMs I want to turn with the 620, so I really want to use that 633. Anyway, so I got those in the head. And then, back to where I was at. To tell y'all right now, I'm going to do some serious sweating, so sorry about that. Hope it don't gross you out. But I think it's 98 degrees right now, and the heat index is 112 here in West Tennessee. And I have to turn the fans off in the shop or you can't hear me. So, you know, it's like you got to choose your evil, right? I would rather make sure you can hear me on the video, and I'll just suffer. I'll take a shower later. But anyway, yeah, so I'll show you that bearing that these Falcons have. And I think I'm putting this in no matter what. I've done run this thing 3 or 4 years, so let me get it right here. So it shoved it deep, whatever, and I'm like, you know, this thing's got like 4 seasons on it anyway, but you see it's a roller bearing. And what I learned the hard way on these Falcons, the first year I ran it, was these roller needles is hardened steel, and that GM yoke is a soft steel, and it will literally cut a groove into it and create slack, and then you'll get a vibration. It's no good. You can't do that. So anyway, so I went ahead and got a new one, just in case. The old one may be fine, but I'm going to replace it anyway. Didn't look for any cracks or anything. I know it pushed on it hard. A couple of seals to go with that. Got a few time joints and things I'm going to need. And, I don't know, different stuff. Drive shafts on the way. Of course, PSTDS, I think. Anyway, they're in Florida, and great company. I think it's right here. This is the company that I've been using for drive shafts right here. Precision Shaft Technologies, PST. And I think they're PSTD.com is what it is. But based out of Florida right there, and I've bought 3 or 4 drive shafts from them over the years. Make a great product. Pricing to me has been better than anybody else, so that's what I've been going with. Now, Brian, like I was saying, Brian was looking, and before y'all start complaining about this stock GM bell housing, there's no clutch in this car, and I run an SFI plate just for the starter, lightweight, plate. It's not even anywhere near my feet or anything, so there's nothing up here, to blow up. But anyway, I was running this lightweight aluminum GM here, and I got a crack that went right through here. And he spotted it. I didn't even spot it. He spotted it. And then I was like, well, then I could have a crack anywhere. But I think what happened is that when that drive shaft shoved into the back, it shoved hard, and it probably shoved with some twisting angle on it. And that's probably what brought that crack in right there. It probably just overcome it. Because, these stock bell housings can take a lot. They can take a lot, but, they're not bulletproof, So anyway, don't worry. I'll show you all the bell housing I got. I got a really, really good bell housing. I went ahead and got one in case I ever did use a manual clutch on something that had a bell housing that would cover me on that. I'm gonna break this loose. I'm gonna take a wire brush right quick and do a little bit of looking here. Just want to make sure that I hadn't missed any cracks anywhere in it, and then we can look at putting that bearing in. Tail looks good. That looks good. Make sure around the bolts. It's going to crack. I'm either going to see a crack here, or I'm going to see a crack right around one of these bosses right here, or right here up on the bosses around the top. Just like a 3-speed sagging arm would do. Same deal. Them jumpers will bust. No, I think tail housing looks great. Come down through here. How you look on this end? That corner's good. That corner's good. That corner's good. What about you? Yeah. Alright, I'm fine. Now, I gotta clip. I can get that out first. Get them bad boys out right there before anything else. Nice little, 3/4 inch. I got a little fan just keeping me from dying. Anyway. I was doing good Saturday night. I got a local track. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me catch up right quick on the notes here, make sure I didn't miss anything important. Hey, bud. Appreciate that, Sonic Warrior. Shane Epley, and there's Todd Clark. Todd builds cars up there in New York. They got a bunch of racetracks up there. You wouldn't think that. Down south, we don't think about racetracks. That far north, they got a bunch of racetracks up there. That's racing country. Well, anywhere up the eastern seaboard, I think, is racing country. But, anyway, I know when I do lives, that's not a format, y'all, that a lot of people watch and stuff, because, it's not edited, it's not cut down, it's long, it's drawn out. But, I've really struggled this year, because, I really work to, try to put a video out every week to 2 weeks or whatever, and, guys, the only reason I haven't been putting the videos out this year is the day job. I've got a plant. I've got a manufacturing plant down in Florida that I've been having to fly back and forth to, and I just absolutely am working on a big project to keep them going. And hang on, I gotta grab a wrench. Hang on. And I just can't. I haven't even gotten to see. I haven't traveled doing any racing. I haven't went to any big shows, any big races this year, anything. And you know, it's just, you know what they say. You got to eat first, right? You got to eat first. Got to put food on the table first. The day job always comes before racing. So, and that's really hurt me on making content as well. I really would like to build another car. What I really want to do, I'm gonna think I'm crazy, but I would really like to build a new leaf spring car. And there's things about my leaf spring car. It's just about overbuilt for the lower classes that we run around here, and it's almost an unfair car. And I don't know. I'd like to go through and do a series of videos and find me a Camaro. You know, that the whole car is there, still bother me and everything. And Lord, I've built so many of them over the years, but I can do it blindfolded. But just go through and just show that process of how to build that car and it be competitive with metric cars and everything, in a class where you can't just completely rework the front ends on cars and stuff. You know, it's got some, like you gotta keep factory stuff on the car. Okay. You're good. I'll fix some. There you go. All right. So I did a video last year, or year before last, on doing a refresh on one of these Falcons. These things are super simple. Anyway, I got that video. So now I've got to take them two right there out. I need you two booger bears. And I'm going to just see if they'll come out like, oh yeah, there it is. Before I have to start locking nuts together. But yeah. I'm hoping to get some more video. I got a couple of video. I got footage shot for a couple videos, and it's just time to edit. Like, for example, we had a lot of trouble with that little Honda. And it would run and stay cool and then turn around. And the little, and those of y'all that don't watch the channel regular, Dirt Race Life, you're subscribed, right? Surely you're subscribed. You're seeing all the videos. But anyway, the little Honda drives great. We put a roll cage in it. Didn't change nothing on the suspension. I'm talking about nothing. I mean, that car will go as good around the track clockwise as counterclockwise. Like, we did nothing to the suspension system on the car. Did nothing to the drivetrain on the car. We just did the safety and the cage and went racing. And like, man, Rachel ran like third last Saturday. You know, and not third with 3 cars. Like, you know, like it's a pretty good pool. They'll have from anywhere from like 9 to 12 or 13 cars. And she's like, when I could get the car to not run hot, she was running 3rd and 4th place. There's a couple of them, like 200 horsepower, 4 cylinders. They'll be the winner or the guy in 2nd or 3rd, and they're out there. But again, she's faster than a lot of them. But it was running hot on us constantly, and I thought I knew what it was. Thought I had it figured out. I had checked to see if I had a head gasket blown. But ultimately, what it turned out was those engines. Honda's got a D17 A1 engine. Some of them do. It's a terrible, terrible engine. And when I started Googling head gaskets on them, you know. It was like immediately pages and pages of people saying at 120,000 miles they all blow a head gasket no matter what. Doesn't matter what you do, they just all blow a head gasket. And then it's weird, in the way they blow a head gasket, it's like it will be sealed up and it will sit there and run fine, and then you load it, and after a while it'll open up and it'll start exhausting into the radiator on you. And so like she'd run her heat race or be running her feature and it would be great, and then all of a sudden it would just blow all the water out of it and get hot. But I did the video on it, decked the head, decked the block, did it all here in the shop, did it redneck style. Sorry y'all. I did, but I videoed all that. I got the video and I'm putting it together now. I'm hoping to have it, I'll have it out for this weekend. Sometime this week I'll be done with it. And then we turned around and we went racing Saturday. Won the heat. Car's great. Yeah, so look on the inside here. Sorry. Stay on track. Yeah, so I see the, I don't know, can y'all see that right there? See it coming across? That was not there. That was definitely not there, but it's there now, so that's got to go. And make sure you don't bend this plate right here. You got to have this bad boy right here. That is more than a spacer. That is also covers your two Welch plugs right here where your shifter shafts go through. You've got to have that on there. Seal looks good. That looks good. Get this plate off for a second while I work on this tail. Take your shifter out of here. Good Lord. That is just crazy. Hang on a second. I grabbed some things. Oh, I see you pouring. Well, crap. You done poured it all now. These things take a quart and a half of Type F transmission fluid. Change it every 3 races. And never load the car. Always use a winch to load it on the trailer and you will never ever have any problem. And don't ever get mad and gouge on the gas pedal in low gear. That's key. Don't ever get mad and gouge on the gas pedal in low gear because you're not going to do nothing but tear it up if you do that. They cannot take any throttle in low gear. When you step on the gas, you better be in high range on it. Okay. I'll deal with y'all later. Y'all are another night. I got new shippers and everything for you. Okay. Now, how's this going to work? About a mess. Go red down here where all that ran. Oh, I got a mess here. You get it right out of the way. You get out of it. You get out of it. Everybody get out of it. Is that an E-clip or a spiral lock? What are you? I think it's a spiral lock, y'all. Or is that just the... Oh, that's got to be a lock. Lord, I don't know. We got a good shot going here. Yeah, we got a good shot going here. I just do it as I go. Quarter-inch tire brush for cleaning parts. Yes, I do. Where do you race at, Shannon? Clay Hill. Did you see Thunderhill? No, Alex, I didn't see Thunderhills coming back. I knew that they had run into some problems. I hope they do. I try to make it down there a time or two every year. Alex, you see what I'm doing? I'm not having a great day. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen where Thunderhill's coming back, but that's good. Thunderhill's about a 3-hour drive for me, but usually if they have a special, I get to go. All right, that is going to be a spiral lock on this. So I need a O-ring pick. Spiral locks require O-ring picks. I got an O-ring pick right here. Oh, there's a horsefly. That jumper found me. He won't quit until he draws blood. All right, here we go. So take over and pick, get that around there, and around we go. Okay. Looks good. Looks like my lip right there. I can see a little bit of dent damage, like where that yoke, like pow. But it's not, the spiral lock was not like wedged in there or nothing, so, you know, she's good, she's fine. I can see my bearing right there in the tail. I'm going to sit you sit right there. Now, see if I got something, oh, right here. Let's see if I can get this out. I'm fixing to tear something. I'm fixing to tear something. Well, this is fixing to get interesting, you know. I'm probably going to take this out in a couple of pieces. This is smushed down in. Yeah, this is a snap-on, but this is my official beat half to death snap-on, so don't kill me. Alright. Me and this transmission's fixing to have to come to an agreement. It might not be an agreement it likes, but we might come to an agreement. I gotta come up with some kind of way to hold it. I don't have a help. So let me see if I can get it down in here in some kind of way and not break it and not bust it. Keep my hand down. Yeah. There we go. You're barely sitting in there, so. Oh. That ain't gonna work. Oh, I got a seal puller somewhere. Are you gonna fall out of there? You're gonna fall out of there. Let me break out a seal puller. Oh, I don't have the tools I need. I can't wedge against it because I'll bend my lip down and then my spiral lock's not going to want to lock. I really watch that stuff. In the process of fixing one thing, you tear something else up. Come here. Oh, here. Here we go. Got some tools here. My threads are getting a little bit tight there. Anyway, it's all good. Oh yeah. Nah. Homer said he used snap-on for beating on. I'm gonna be honest with you, all my snap-on stuff. So when I was in my 20s and I turned wrenches for a living, I was all in on snap-on. I mean, I was. It is what it is, y'all. I was all in on snap-on. You know, I had a guy that come. He's a good guy. I never had a payment plan. I always paid cash, whatever I bought. You know, if I didn't have the money, I didn't buy it. But you know, I bought a lot of stuff, and I'm still using the stuff. Nothing wrong with it. 30 years later, still got some of the same snap-on tools and still using them. But I will say this, to me, everything's that good now. You know, it's like, they make good stuff, but so does everybody else now. And so, like, you know, it's like, now it's like, yeah, it's like, it's all of that quality, and it's just, who's got the price, and it's easily accessible, and, you know, you can get the stuff. That's just like that. That's a snap-on puller right there, but I've over the years I have tore up and lost half the tools. I don't have the big jaws to open up. I don't know where they went. They left here at some point. So I'm not a snap-on guy anymore. I'm a just whatever makes sense. And, you know, I like it. It feels right in my hands, and okay, that's what I am. But I think half of it was is that, you know, you got somebody that you talk to every week and you get where you like them, you build a relationship with somebody, and, you know, you buy tools from them, you want to see them stay in business, you want to see them do good. I mean, I wasn't going to pay his light bill alone. Yeah, we're coming. It'd be better if I had this thing held in something. I guess I should have got under the car and pulled the seal out where it was bolted to the motor. But that wouldn't have made for any kind of video worth watching. This might not either, folks. Yeah. Wait a minute, you got a piece of rubber. Yeah, so for those of y'all that don't know, we run a, this is the Falcon transmission. We run the Crate Racing USA Street Stock. I've been running a local track that's unsanctioned. And of course, I was trying to get myself ready to go to the Street Stock Nationals, which is sanctioned. I've been running a little bit. I've been running to some guys they know the track's not sanctioned, and they can do what they want. I ain't mad at them for it, but try to make sure I'm completely legal. And of course, naturally, I tear the car all to pieces right before the Street Stock Nationals, so now I'm having to hustle and get everything figured out and fixed. Called Mr. J. Neal BSB yesterday. Of course, I blew both the back shocks off of it, talked to him, told him what was going on. Had myself pity party for a minute, talking about how I'm struggling. Of course, he just reminded me, you drive better. he gave me better advice than that. But, you know, as I made some changes on the car that I think that I thought really improved the car, but I don't know. I'm looking at my lap times and sitting there comparing after I made the massive changes, and it's like, okay, I'm not actually faster. I just feel like I've got a bunch more drive in the car, but I have gained so many bad habits in this car in that process. Like I've actually went backwards. So raised the front of the car up quite significantly and put a ton of action in the car. Man, you step on the gas and the car, it just feels like that it's launching. But the problem is, it feels like it's launching. It's just like a rodeo show, you know. And it just really makes the car, you know, if there's any grip in the track, it makes the car extremely difficult to handle. And it's like, okay, I traded one evil for another. And then that forced me to start driving the car deeper and kicking the car harder to get it to turn, to set it. And then it just led to problems. Well, you gonna come now. You ain't got no choice. If I had that held still, when y'all want to fly over here to West Tennessee and help me with this right quick? I'm telling you, I might tear it down. Let's stop right there. No, here. That was boring. I'm gonna sit here for an hour while I do that. Let's look at the car. Here, I'll show y'all what's going on. Alex, is the bearing just a friction fit? No, it's pressed in there for sure, but I'll get it out. I'm just going to have to pop the tail shaft off of it and get the right side drive and go to the other side. Let me show y'all what's going on here. So anyway, yeah. So, Hoop did its job, but it beat my firewall half to death. Of course, that caught me in the leg on the other side. It didn't hurt me, but it kind of bruised me up a little bit. But like I said, that was where the yoke was swinging around like this, pow, 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 and it clobbered me. Bunch of gear oil. The front of the pinion dropped some gear oil there, and so I got to pull that. I got to tear that 9-inch down and really take a hard look at it and see what it did there, and then turn around and back here. Oh. Of course, it bent the shaft on that shock. It sheared the bolt on that one over there. And then, of course, that shock right there, it bent the shaft on it, and then you can see where the seals blowed out. It blowed out my right rear shock as well. Maybe salvageable. I talked to Mr. J. Neal, and he's gonna I talked to Mr. J. Neal, and he's gonna look at them, and if there's parts of them can be used, he'll just bill me for the repairs and use the parts that he can use and put them back together. I told him, I said, let's not make no change. I think it's the right valves, it's the right everything. So, and turn around, and I'm going to show y'all what we're going back with here. We're going to go back with I had to get another yoke. I had a guy run into me. After I lost the car, and he ran into me pretty hard, and hit me so hard it broke one of my motor mounts. And anyway, I'm having to replace the U-joint in my drive. Tore my U-joint apart there on my steering section, just where the power steering pump smacked to it. It's pretty tight right there. Future designs, I'll put more room right there, but yeah. So the yoke. So on these Falcons with that needle roller bearing, you have to run a hardened. No ifs, ands, or buts. So like that one right there is a hardened. And then I ordered a quartermaster. Right here. This is 19 pounds. So weighs just a little bit more, but not bad. Haven't even looked at it yet, so we'll see what this looks like. It was about $450. It was on clearance, on sale or something. And I was like, yeah, that's the right one. Ford or Chevy. You can take a 153 or a 168. Wide flex plate, so I was like, yep, that'll work just fine. That thing's staying together, that's for sure. You know what I was really surprised? I put Mr. Bentley Shaw with Dominator Race Products. He sent us the body panels this year. He didn't send it to me. I had to pay for them, but he discounted them, and I appreciated it. I've been buying from them a long time. Really love their products. And he gave us a discount on them. And I was kind of like, I don't know. It's like, just be completely honest about it, but I'll show you that. I want to show you them Dominators here in a minute. Yeah, so that's what I went with. I went with the Quartermaster. I want to see it crack that bad boy. So anyway, yeah, so we're going to put it together. So that's the one that, is the right bolt pattern and everything. Block mount starter, all of that. Looks good to me. We're right. But these panels, I was like, wow. So I got broadsided by a guy that was coming up from the rear. And I got broadsided hard. He thinks he totaled his car. And which one was it? That aluminum's been up on the bottom. The back, it really did. The car didn't really hit on the back, but I want to show you on the front. Which side? This one right here. Okay. A guy pancaked in the side of me so hard, it completely pushed his front clip over, ruined his car. My car's fine, but y'all watch the video on build on how I build these cars. There's not a dent in the car. Well, the steel plate here to protect me, it did its job and saved me. I'll show you that in a second. But anyway, completely sheared into the side of me, and it put a cut right there, and maybe a little punch right here. Crap, this stuff's tough, y'all. This stuff's tough. It just basically smushed it into the car, and then it just popped back out. I'm like, wow. My aluminum support on the bottom is just folded up like a U, and take it off and replace it or straighten. It's not busted anywhere, so I can probably straighten it out. But straighten it all back out and clean it up and put it back on. I'm like, wow, that's pretty impressive right there. I was impressed. Anyway, let me show y'all where I caught. Yep, turn y'all around. Yeah, so it looks like I was just trying to figure out where I really caught it. Of course, you see it just folded my support in right here, which just straighten all that back out. I took a really hard hit, something punched in right here, but the steel held because I weld this in and it's welded on the inside and everything. And right there I took a punch. It held, did its job. No bend marks, nowhere in the tubing. And I don't know where, I think it was right in here maybe. Right in here I took a hit. But, you know, it did exactly what it's supposed to do. Completely. You'll notice there's a piece of 3/8 plate right there. That's a straightener right down through there on this side. Keeps that bottom frame rail from getting folded in. And then you can see right here it broke that trailing arm loose, and then that left rear tire just smoked the back of this chassis. And this has actually got, like, it shows heat across right here. It really chewed up the tire seam. That was a brand new tire tube, but it's okay. It didn't hurt it. So anyway, but roll cage did its job. I'm very happy with my happy with my design. That was exactly what I needed it to do. This job is to keep me from going home bagged, right? So it did its job. Oh, and I'll do that tail shaft. I gotta take it off. I gotta deal with all that, but it's just, that's gonna just be too tedious. It's not gonna work for live. So I'm gonna bail out of here. Haven't been making been able to do a lot of videos, so I wanted to let y'all know, see what was going on. And the next video coming up is on the Honda, where that we went through and did, like I said, a down and dirty in the shop, milling of the block and the head, put it all back together. Ran on the track, ran great. She got 3rd place, so it must work when you do that. So I'll see y'all next time.